Hello everyone, Railgan here again with another ZvT, today against Easlov's Raze, giving me the ruffle on the new maps. What was Blizzard thinking? Almost all are huge with spread out bases. I told him, me no like Belgian maps. They bad, cause you mine out fast and you can't really expand much. He said, you can have a smallish map with a good number of expansions without having to do this is absurd. And I said, I think this promotes a healthy playstyle. He says, he has a much easier time defending spread out bases than T. I told him I disagree. He says, run bys are unstoppable. He says, I told him, well, you have planetaries. He said, not my third base. Anyways, guys, that's it for the opener. And now I'm going for my standard 3-edge opener. My standard 3-edge opener with the +1 carapace, I guess. It's one of the earlier games that I played. I took this, was like meh, I don't know, weird map. Either way, we're going to have a lot of fun in this game. Just gonna go blaze a bit through the early stages. We talked a lot about the early game in the last couple games that I reviewed, so today we're kind of blazing through them. A little bit of a Ling run by over here, as always. If you're interested in the replay, check it out in the description down below. If you want to see more of me, check me out live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Railgan. He's doing some Dropperoni Harass Arena over here with his Hellions, but my Lings are able to shut it down. I'm going for the 3-edge Ling Hydra Bailing style that Solar has popularized, as opposed to my own 3-edge Ling Hydra Lurker style that, I don't know. I think Ling Hydra Bailing is really cool. Okay. No, not the never mind. Not the Lynx! Not the bees! Movie references, pop culture references to movies that I've never watched. But I hear the reference so many times that I was able to catch up to it. Either way, we're going for that 3-edge Ling Hydra Bailing style into a 4th base. It's going to be a pretty long game here, about 25-ish minutes, so I want to keep things short and not make another 20-minute video on another ZvT. So he's going to drop me a lot in this, in the death triangle, where he can drop me here, here and here. Just drop. So he drops one medivac at this space. At the same time, I'm being very aggressive with my counterattacks. We kind of got to this point of the game on an even pace. Over here I'm being harassed as well, but with my Ling Hydra Bailing Force I'm able to clean up every single drop at the same time. My counters haven't really done that much damage this game. I killed a total of 9 workers, which I think is okay for him. Just doing run-bys here, because the bases are kind of open, as he mentioned in the early dialogue, so I'm trying to make use of that. I have some Hydralisks over here to deal with this drop, and I also have Ling Hydra Bailing over here to deal with the big main army of his. The main army? I'm not sure if this is the main army actually. Yeah, I moved the Hydralisk out of position, sadly. I'm getting the Infestation Pit right now, and I should get the Hive soon as well, and especially the Lurker then. Yeah. Not much going on. He's just trying to harass me right now, and this is kind of the theme of these games. I'm just getting harassed a lot by the Terran. And I somehow have to stop that. I'm getting the Lurker then, that means I can use Lurkers either defensively at my bases or kind of in the fights. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use that many Lurkers this game. I do delay my Hive for a long time, and he's getting the tanks at home that he needs to deal with my Lurker composition. He's spending his money better right now, but I can kind of spend most of my money either way on Hydras. I'm injecting decently right now. I could inject better. I'm just kind of being harassed at all my bases, but he's never really pushing into me. Like all game long, all he really did was harass me at one base, harass me at the next one, harass me here, there, everywhere, bam, bam. Chingalang. I'm getting the Spire right now. I still haven't started my Hive, and I think that's a huge mistake of me this game. Definitely a huge blunder, because the Hive could help me a lot. Right now I'm being harassed over here again. I do have those Hydras and Banelings in my main to deal with this harass though. Not quite able to kill it. I have some units down here because I figured he will probably harass me at that base again. Instead he's going straight into this space while I'm trying to counter him over here with a Ling Hydra Baneling force. Then I realized, well, he has most of his army at home, so I can't really get that much done over there. Then he drops me into my main as I had to move my units are completely out of position. I had units here, here and here, but not here. The forces in the main base, I'm always trying to spot them with overlords by moving overlords over here. And I do have that gold base that gives me a nice economic boost. So even though we're both fighting a lot and trading a lot, and I lost a lot more than him, I'm still kind of okay in this game. Like I have a nice bank, right? It's just that my Hive tech is really late. Maybe that's the reason why he didn't really attack into me yet. But yeah. So eventually I'm at least able to defend my gold, and then he drops me over here again. And I split up my units there so I can deal with both of these drops. And once I'm able to actually defend all the bases for just a little while at least, I feel a lot better, because it's kind of annoying when they just drop you all the time everywhere. And then eventually he moves out with his big push either way. So I did get the lurker then, but I'm choosing not to get any lurkers. I don't think that's that smart, but lurkers are also kind of hard to use, especially if you don't know where you're actually going to be dropped. And it's kind of hard for me to be aggressive when he is standing so defensive at home, like all game long, as he did. He's scanning a lot to see, okay, his army there, okay, the drop down here doesn't really work against his army there. So it's kind of like, I can't really get damage done right now, so I'm going to attack with my main army. Sadly, he moves a little bit too far forward here, and even a small part of my army is able to give him a good fight here. I realize that this base is probably not worth. It's probably not worth it to risk that base. His main army is not that big because he does have a lot in them drops. He's now choosing. I now choose to actually get everything back together here. My Hive is done, Greater Spire, +1 damage upgrade almost done, going to get the Greater Spire. I still have units over there to defend. I don't really have anything down here, so I'm just a little bit scared of him dropping into my main, that's why I have the units there, but I'm not really scared of a drop down here, even though there is one approaching, but I have some links hatching down here that are going to help me defend. So over here I'm pushing into him. His tanks were a bit unsieged, I noticed that, and immediately tried to push into him. Then he tries to drop me over here, but he runs into my Ling Hydra Baneling force that I still had stationed in my main base. I'm able to kill the Medivac, losing some units for it though. Down here the drop, I'm not actually sure what happened. I think I held it with my Ling reinforcements and the Queen here. Yeah, the other drop in my main eventually gets cleaned up. He did take care of that gas, and the drop down here means that I need to cancel that base. I'm trying to expand right now, because I would really like it if I could actually get a 5th and the 6th base up, because else I'm going to run out of minerals sometime soon. I absolutely need 4 bases, but at this point of the game I kind of would like to get up to 5 at least. If I lost the gold or something here, then I would definitely be in a lot of trouble. Like this, it's kind of okay. He's going for his own gold right now. I'm going for a Ling run by down here, actually morphing Banes to get even more damage done. I'm going to speed things up a little bit again, because I feel like we kind of talked a lot about what was happening. So he's pushing through the center again. I'm getting my Broodlords, I'm getting my +3/+3 upgrades right now. He's getting the Vikings. The Vikings are what he needs to deal with both the Vipers and the Broodlords. The Corruptors are not really that dangerous to him because he does have a lot of Marines, but the Corruptors are going to do a good amount of damage to them Vikings, so that's why he needs those either way. I'm getting some Infestors as well, and the Infestor Lurker is a really strong, Infestor Lurker Broodlord is a really hard composition for him to beat. The Marine over here is going to be shut down, So that drop has ended, and he just keeps dropping me over and over again. The sensor tower kind of tells me that he did not only take the gold base, but he's probably also taking this base over here. If he builds a sensor tower there and has the gold base secured, then there's a good chance that he feels like this base is secured as well, especially because in the sensor tower range he will be able to see any units going to the gold base as long as I'm not going through those rocks. So right now I'm pushing into him over here with Brood Lords, and then I kind of notice, wait, so there's the drop down here. I should be able to shut that down with the links, right? And then I'm like, wait, where's his army? So he scanned and it's like, I cannot fight that. Instead, what he chooses to do is push over here. Push me, push me, push me harder. Lolly, lolly, oh lolly, pop, pop. Yeah, rip that base died really fast. So we're kind of expanding away from each other. My Ling run by down here is doing a lot of damage. I realized that I might need the Broodlords at home, so I choose to pull the Broodlords back home. But I kept the Lings down here, and I think I'm going to F2 them away from this base sometime soon though. They're able to get a good amount of damage done. He split some of his army off to do damage over there. My Vipers abducted his tanks, and the Lurkers ended up finishing them off. I just want to save my Hive right now. He sees my Lurkers are undefended. I really don't want to lose my Hive here, so that's where I'm sending my units. My Broodlords kind of get caught off guard here by the Vikings. The Lings are still doing damage down here, eventually going to get cleaned up by his units as well. His Marines are all really low and he doesn't really have many medivacs. There's like that one medivac, but he kept losing medivacs all game long when he was dropping me. So he ends up being cleaned up over here. He didn't actually kill off that base, which is kind of sad for him. I eventually pull my Lings home as well. The barracks, I don't know, I guess this one barracks survives if he chooses to repair it. I'm not sure if he's going to do that. Either way, he lost a lot of stuff down here. If you check the current resources though, he has a lot more. If you check the army value, I have more army value. So if he spends that money, our armies are going to be about the same size though. Managed to get him to lift that gold base. That 6 base rather, I guess. The Corruptor gives me high ground vision, so the Hydras can quickly peel off any of his army over there. I'm not quite sure why his production, or why he's falling apart so much production wise. I thought I killed off that base, but I didn't really pay attention to it, else I would have probably sent my Hydras there to finish it off completely. I'm now able to push into him here. This is kind of a dangerous spot for me on the map. I really try to get all the damage in that I possibly can, but I kind of fail. I'm going to get the orbital here, but the planetary is still doing damage, and then I'm like, oh well, but he has a lot of stuff over there as well. My Broodlords and my Hydras are kind of fighting against an orbital here instead of against his actual units. And weird stuff is happening. My Broodlords kind of survive. Hydras clean up his last medivacs. He's now building ravens. Oh boy, oh boy. Not the raven. Not the Broodlord. So he's going for ravens because he realizes he has a lot of gas, I guess. Now he doesn't really have that much gas anymore. He's trying to mine again from this base. The reason why I attacked down here to begin with is because I can also get a scout on that base. I'm getting the Ultralis cavern right now because I feel like, well, if he gets ravens, I'm not sure how good Broodlords are going to be, so maybe some Ultras could help me. I had a lot of gas, I've got some infestors as well. Then I'm like, oh, no! Boom. One infestor survives though, but Lurkers are not that insane. So they're going to kind of get shut down over here. Oh lollipop pop. Ultralisks are coming right up. I lost a lot of my units there to very little. Because my Lurkers had no support. If you have Lurkers without support, they don't do much. If the Lurkers do have some support, like Ling Hydra Baneling, they do a good job against his bio army though. Can't fight into him there because he does have that building that even helps him block off a bit, and my banelings would have just been focused down. Because if I only have Baneling Hydra, then the Banelings all get killed by the Marines automatically, because the Banelings are always at the front of my units. If I have Lings as well, it's kind of different, because then the Lings are usually in front of the Banelings, so the bio units will attack the Lings first. I see that Medivac down here, I'm like, oh no. Oh, I have to defend. What if he drops me up here as well? And then he drops me up here, I'm like, no. No, not that base, sire. Then down here as well, this base. I think he's going to drop into the Ultra though. No, he's not. Lost that base though. The fucking sadness though. So sad about that. Yeah, Medivac, Marauder. Bleep, bleep. Really sad, really sad. Oh, Lurker goes into position. I see the workers travel up there, so I know he retook that base, that I figured I killed that I didn't actually kill. So I didn't actually retake it, but just started mining from it to begin with. And I'm like, no way, you're not going to kill this base. So I moved the entire army home. He scans, he's like, and then I'm like, wait, I'm not going to move the entire... If I show him that I moved the entire army home, then he's just going to drop me over here and kill this base off again. So I only moved part of it home, and this hatchery was a very easy defend either way, because 20 HP, what more do I need? Yeah, I'm going to speed things up a bit again, as we head over to the final engagement here. Woobity woobity wah. I think this is the final engagement. Oh. And he just doesn't have enough. He just gets A-moved here, and that's going to be the end of the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this a little bit more back and forth ZvT on Odyssey LE, where I got harassed a whole bunch and eventually got to Hive Tech. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope I can count on you guys, that I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye!